Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy tradition of YouTube, and I call this chapstick. This is holiday cocoa, scented and flavored. I picked it at random. I don't know if you saw in the video that aired yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Today is October 18th. And I was saying like my back was itching and then I had broke out in hives. And so I did message the doctor for antihistamine to help with all of that. And so I am on that. Y'all, it's always something over here. Hello, welcome if you're new here. Sometimes I do just jump in. I do see you. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to see this channel of me pairing palettes that I feel like I'm forcing myself to use it, but I really do enjoy this palette. It's just challenging me. This is Swamp of Sorrows. So we're going to use that and we're going to pair it with 50/50 Makeup Autumn palette. So let me hold these two up together. So this is what we're going to pair today. So 50/50 Makeup is no longer around as a brand, but Swamp of Sorrows is. And I know they are on Instagram. I don't have any other information. I don't have any links or codes, non-affiliated, nothing. So, but you can look it up. And the brand is Cosmetica, excuse me, Necromancy Cosmetica. So we're going to do the face, well, the eyes. I didn't even do my intro. I am like just so out of it because I'm itchy and I feel miserable, but I still look good though, right? I know, thank you, thank you. So on my face, of course, Fenty Brow Pencil, the Pat McGrath Primer, and the Pat McGrath Foundation. I wear shade M18, and so that's what's on my face. For my lower waterline and my upper waterline, my inner realms and lower lash line, we have from the Sephora collection 20. Why am I doing this video? I'm just like all over the place. Y'all know how I get. If you've been here, you know. And if you're new, I'm always like this. Like I don't pretend to be anybody or anything. I'm not. I just keep it real. 12-hour retractable eyeliner, and the color is 04 Matte Terracotta. So that's what this is. And I will probably most likely do concealer later and we'll finish the face later. But for now, I'm going to prime the lids. Fenty, I'm back to this, y'all, and I'm still scraping. And I'm going to just post something on my community tab about the other primers that I was trying out. Or, you know what, no, I'm going to talk about it in my live on Sunday, which has come and gone by the time you saw this video. So if I remember, I'll link that below. So the Crazy Troll Nation, what is that? Why do I call myself a crazy troll? And why do I want you to be a part of the nation? The crazy is just enjoying your channel if you do videos, knowing it's okay to be yourself. Like you saw me being scatterbrained earlier, and I'm still going to post this because sometimes I am scatterbrained. So it's just knowing it's okay to be yourself. Good, bad, or indifferent. Feeling miserable because you have hives and you're itchy. Like you're still here and like you're doing fine. Like you may be miserable, but you're okay. You know what I mean? And the troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. When you're watching beauty related content, try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool. I thought I went over my eyebrow. Or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you're satisfied with it, because you rock. Wear what you want to and know that you look good in it. Have confidence in yourself. The bottom line here is self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. That's the concept of the Crazy Troll Nation. Being who you are, knowing that you are the bomb, thinking highly of yourself, not being conceited or anything, but just knowing that you're good and that you look good and you have a nice personality and all of that other good stuff, and loving yourself. So that's the basic concept. If you're new here, I have to let you know I do curse sometimes in videos because I curse sometimes in real life. I really need to open my backup of this primer because this is just like, it is not even blending. It is so tacky. So hopefully I won't have problems blending out my eyeshadow, but if I do, it's because this primer, when it gets to the bottom like that, like this, and I'm scraping, that primer that's left in there is very dry because every time you open something, air gets in it. And so when I'm down low like that, it is very dry and it gets more tacky. And sometimes I do have problems blending eyeshadow. But the reason I didn't open up a new one is because I was trying those other two primers that you will have heard about already. So I might as well say one was the Pat McGrath eye primer and one was the Milk Hydro Grip eye primer. And Yes, I'll just leave that there because I'll talk about that in that video. So we're going to go ahead. I did tell y'all curse. Yeah, I did. So we're going to jump into these looks, and we are using 4 shades from each palette. So we're going to use a total of 8 shades. Of course, I don't know what this is going to look like. So we're going to start with the Autumn palette, and we're going to take this shade here, which is Book of Shadows. In person, it looks black. My lighting is blowing it out. It looks like it's a smoke gray. I'm trying to get you to see what I'm seeing. This is the closest to what I'm seeing, but I'm seeing a black. But we'll see what it looks like. This is no color. That's the color. My lids are sticking, which is good, which means the shadow will stick. So hopefully, as I said, I won't have problems blending it. So this is this shade. I made it a point not to use greens because I know I was on a green streak for a little while there. And so I'm not, yeah, we're using greens. Sorry, not sorry. I'm really just going in lightly so that we can get the blend while we're going, because the brush is like sticking to my skin. Like this is dry. So I think next video I am just going to open up a backup of the Fenty primer, which leaves me with 1 backup. And so next sale, Fenty sale, when they have like one of the good ones, like 30% off or something, I'll buy maybe 2 more primers. And I do want 2 more of the number 230 brushes, this brush, but I'm waiting for a sale. And even though the Sephora sale is coming up, I know I can get more than 20% off. And so that's what I'm waiting for. This is giving me problems. Let me try and go back and forth. Y'all. It's okay, it's blended. So let me know below how you been doing. What's new going on? I made it to, well, you know I made it back from Texas. Did I do a video? Well, no, not a video. I did a live the same day I got back from Texas. I got in at like 1 a.m. and that evening, 8 o'clock, I did a live. So I just jumped like right back into it. And that was the Nomad one. If I remember, I'll link that below too. That was going to be the declutter and haul video. But I had put something in my calendar on the wrong day, and so that was shifted. But you'll have seen that by the time you see this video. So let me talk about something that will make sense. I don't even know what to say, but I don't want to not say anything because I like to hear the person when I'm watching videos and not just have silence. And so that's why I try to think of something interesting to talk about. This is what I'll ask you. If you did not make it to the live, I was going to say, like, tell me, like, well, if you've watched it, even if you watched the replay, like, what are you excited to see me use from that stuff that I showed? That's the question. And I am going to get to everything in there because I'm excited too. So this side has a better blend going already, but we're putting another dark shade on. So I'm checking to see if this part looks the same, and it doesn't. This side has a sharp point that's kind of coming out towards my brow, where this side is a little more rounded. So we're just going to just press right here, and we do have a brow bone shade. Did we just do it? There's a patch right here, and it always is. It's my skin. There's a freckle right there too. So it usually throws me off. Oh, my lids are sticking. So now we're going to go into the Swamp of Sorrows palette, and we're going to take Blackthorn, this deep, deep chocolate. No shadow, shadow. Oh, ooh, that looks nice together. I'm intentionally pairing Swamp of Sorrows with stuff because I do like the palette. I just struggle with it. And I am a fan of just using a palette. That looks really nice. It is fun pairing though, and it does take me out of my comfort zone. For me, it is fairly new, even though I did all of the, not all, but I did quite a few Pat McGrath Mothership pairings, which was fun to do. Pairing in general was just fun to do. I realized that it is exciting because it's not something that I do. And I know some people go in and out of, you know, 3, 4, 5 palettes for a look. I don't have that skill set as far as creativity and, you know, color perception and stuff like that. So that's why I don't. And so when I see a palette, I'm like, okay, all these colors will go. Otherwise, they wouldn't have put them in the palette. That's what my brain says. And so that's why I do that. This looks like it's almost the same shade. It looks like the same shade blended inward. So this is Blackthorn, and this is Book of Shadows. So they are very different. But this is so chocolatey rich that it almost looks black. To me in person, this looks black. But look at these two, and even side by side, it's like, is it just the same shade? That's interesting. That is interesting that they're so close, that it does look like the same shade, just blended out. Okay, so now we're going to go into, oh, still Swamp of Sorrows. The reason we're doing greens is because I want to see what this is going to look like on the lid, because I don't think I've done that before. And I know I've said, you know, it makes me look dusty, ashy, but we're going to see what it looks like on the lid. So no color. These colors are, how far over is this going? Oh, it's the center of the lid, so I shouldn't have taken this that far over or this that far over, but because they look the same, it's not a problem. So we're going to put this here, and we're overlapping Blackthorn, and we're going to blend this inward a little bit because we have another shade that we're going to put there. So this is that. I'm hesitant to blend this because I think this green is going to take over, so I'm just blending blending lightly. And we're also going to take this here. I am surprised that it's not making me look dusty, and I'm wondering if it's because it's next to this shade. This is actually nice. This, okay. All right. I'm feeling you. So, I don't know where I put it before, but I just didn't like how it looked. So we are, and these are blending together. Well, these all blend well anyway. I will put the Swamp of Sorrows playlist down below. And I'll put it as an iCard, because putting it as an iCard, it'll show up at the bottom of the description box information. So that way you don't have to click out of the video. When the video is over, you can just look down beneath the description box and see the playlist if you want to see the other looks that I've done with this palette. We're going to go back to the brush that had Blackthorn, because I'm liking how this blend is going over here and it's not the same shape over here. And so we're going to pat because it's not wanting to go side by side. And I don't want to take it too far up or it not looking just like straight over like how this side is. And something is telling me just leave it alone before I do. I think we just got it before we mess it up. I think we got it. I say as I keep messing with it. Okay, we're going to leave that like that. Next, we're going to go back into the Autumn palette, and we're going to take Gourd, this shade here. So yeah, we're back to the greens. We're back to the greens. Sorry, not sorry. So no shadow. These colors are rich too. I'm tapping this one off. This is the first metallic shade that we're using. All of these are mattes, and it could be an all matte look. Just take Pantano all the way in. So you could do that. So this is, did I pick up the right shade? No. Yes, Gourd for the inner lid. You know what, because I have a tear duct shade, so I'm like, where is that going to go? So we're putting this here and sweeping it over to overlap Pantano. So that just gave it a little shine. This is interesting. This is nice though. These are working well together, these two palettes. So that kind of blends in too. That is interesting. That is interesting. I like this. When I say that, it's because I'm surprised. Because I don't usually think my looks are going to be like, wow. And so when I see it and it's like really nice, I'm like, I like it. So this is Gourd, and Pantano is this shade here. So these are those two next to each other. And on my lids, we put this first. This is on the inner portion of the lid. So those are those two colors. So they don't look, they go very well together. And I was hoping that they would. This is really nice. So now we're going to go into, well, we're going to stay in the Autumn palette. We're going to take Maze, this shade here for Tear Duct. And I think that's going to be hella bright. I kind of just want to leave this like this, but you know what? I wrote it down. Let's do it. So this is going to be bright. And we're going to wrap it. Wrapping to me is coming up and around the tear duct area. That is bright. I'm liking how it's blending into gourd up here. And we are going to put color on lower lash line, so that'll make it where this doesn't look like just a hook coming down. Because I don't like that look on me. Why am I acting like I don't know where to put the brush? So we're going to come up here and wrap it around the tear duct area. How come this side looks so much brighter? Like what? Let me look over here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to get in the habit of using these mirrors down here. I like I like this look, y'all. We're gonna take from Swamp of Sorrows. This is the other one I say looks ashy on me, and this is Ephemeral is the name of this shade here. And we're gonna put this under our brow, but we're gonna put it like just on the line, so hopefully it won't look dusty ashy. And so we're gonna take this brush and just sweep it on the top edge of that line. If these work and not look dusty ashy, it does. Okay, we're gonna fix it. Right here it looks fine. Maybe I came down too far over the black. Like yeah, I don't like that. But since we did that side, we're gonna do this side, and then I'll figure out what else I'm gonna do, because yeah, this shade is still a no for me. I do like how Pantano showed up like right here though, next to that black. So it's good to know, well not black, but it was Blackthorn. So it's good to know, I don't like this one, that I can make it work next to certain shades. So what are we going? We're going to take the brush that had Book of Shadows, and we're just going to just tap, well, we're going to go back and forth right here. So we're trying to bring Book of Shadows up the outer corner color just to take away some of the ash. And we're going to do the same thing over here. I don't like this shade on me. And so we're going to just go back and forth. I'm going to tap in lightly. I didn't tap off, and we're going to just tap right there. And then we're going to just feather back and forth. I think I like this better. This shade. We're going to tap back in and do this corner piece right here. Okay. And we're going to just feather. And we're going to take the brush that had Blackthorn on it, not adding shadow on it right now, and we're going to tap here where that gray is. I am going to tap in lightly and put that here and right here. And then we're going to go back and feather just to get rid of some of that gray. I don't know what it is, this shade. This one, it does look like a gray. In person, it looks like it has some, I don't want to say weird, but I don't know what to describe the undertone of it as that I see in person for it. I do like this. It's better. I do like it better. I think it's fine right here, but over, and maybe because these were lighter shades, but over the darker shades, to me, it was just looking too ashy. But we found out, this is why I encourage y'all to play on makeup. I found out how I can make it work. You know, put it on, and if I'm using darker shades outer corner, just go back and reapply and blend it, because I think it does look nice blended like this. I think the look is nice. So we're going to put that down. We're going to take now Disintegration. Really? Yeah. Disintegration, this shade here. And this is going to go on the second half of the lower lash line. And even though I didn't show you the other ones when I was getting shadow on a brush, that's what I'm doing with this one. And we're going to put that over here. This palette, sometimes if I don't tap off properly, when I put it on my lower lash line, it does puff up into my eyes. And it may be the brush, but the shadows are, they're not powdery, and there's not a lot of kick up. A few of the shadows in here have kick up and some don't, but then it might be the brush, I'm not sure. But the shadows, all the shadows are really nice, and they're all matte except two. The two, I mean metallic, yeah, two metallics, this one here and one of the greens. They both show up exactly the same on me, and this is a metallic. Even though they look slightly different, like this on my lid, they look exactly the same. And so that was a little disappointing, because it makes it a dupe in my palette. So it's like, why are you both in here? Now we're going to go back to Swamp of Sorrows. That was Swamp of Sorrows. Girl, get yourself together, troll. We're going to go into Autumn, and we're going to take Pumpkin Spice, this shade here. That's going to go on the first half of the lower lash line. So we're going to start where Maze is, and we're going to just bring that over with Pumpkin Spice on it. So that's where this is going. And we're bringing it down so that it doesn't look like a hook. So you see how we blend it, how this seems like it's a hook because there's nothing here, and bringing this here, it looks like it just blends together. So this is Pumpkin Spice still. So we're starting actually on the hook and we're going to bring it over and upward to closer to the lash line. And I have a bump right here too that is accentuated when I put a bright shadow there. It's a bump like right here. And so I don't like how it accentuates, and there's nothing I can do about it but try to put more shadow on it. But as you see now, it just looks more pumpkin spicy than Maze. Whereas this side is just smooth. So that is it for the eyeshadows, y'all. That was 8 shades. Don't tell me this eye. This eye is starting to tear already. Look at that. Oh, why? There's always this eye. And it's okay because it could be both and it's only just one. So that's okay. So I had decided early on when I was pulling out brushes for this look that we're going to use Kultura because we're going to be funky. Yeah, and I could have used a red because we have that terracotta shade on our lower lash line under the shadows. But I said, we're going to put this on. We're going to be funky. We're going for grunge, the messy grunge that I like. And we're using the melt brush. Then we're going to put this on. Trying to do a thin line. Like I always try to do, but it seldom works. But so far, so good. So let me not jinx myself. I can feel it brushing along my lash follicles. That is a thin line. That's good. Now let me see if I can do the same thing on the other side. Hold your breath, I say as I'm talking. When I do this, there's a shadow over my mirror. And I could hold the brush further toward the end since it is a long brush. Yeah, that helps me see better. Go figure. If I don't hold the brush all the way near up here, I don't have that shadow as I do when I hold it back here. I'm learning, y'all. And that was so simple. That was just so simple. Because I want to be at angles where you can see the process. And so that's why I got the different, a thin line kind of sort of for there too. So now we're going to go back, and this does not want to move. I was trying to go further out for the wing, and I don't know why it doesn't want to go. It's interesting. Maybe I didn't have enough liner on the brush. That looks patchy. Like, what's happening? I think I didn't have enough on the brush. I'm just putting more to get the color to look somewhat consistent. Yeah, I think we got it. Now we're going to do the liner on the other side. I'm trying to think of what face stuff. See how this just glided? And this side was like, didn't want to do that. Trying to think of what face products to use. What I'm going to do, after I finish my liner, and you can't see me, apologies for that. The wings are definitely different, but so are my brows, and it's okay. My wings are cross-town, well, cross-country neighbors, just like my brows today. So we're it's looking crazy. So so we're going to go ahead and put concealer on. I'm hoping I don't forget mascara. Let me take one out right now. This is Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Spring Concealer, and the shade is 4 and I'm not going to turn it upside down because I don't want this to come out. I don't think it would, because it is a thick concealer. I was going to say, do I want to do around here? But yeah. Yo, look, my mustache is being disrespectful. I did shave. And I did, you know, shaved over here too when I cut my hair the other day. And, you know, shaped up the back of my neck and all of that. So, yes, I did some grooming. Yeah, but my mustache has been out of control lately. And I think it's just being so sleep deprived. Because sometimes my under eyes don't look that dark, and then like sometimes they do. This is looking this is looking really light. Like this it looks fine, but when I look up, it's just maybe it needs to settle in. I don't always like how concealer looks on me, but then like by the time I finish the look and do all the powders and everything, it's fine. So now look down here, this is perfect. This just blends in. This was the brush we used for primer and foundation. This is great. The Pat foundation is a sheer foundation. And you can see like some redness here. It's warm in here. So I am a little heated. But I do like it. So now that I gotta remember not to scratch. I was just getting ready to, and then I'm like, I caught myself and just rubbed it where one of the hives clusters are. So that is that. So we're going to, what I'm going to do, we're going to, yeah, talking to myself. We're going to do Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder all over the face. And we are going to use both the Elephant and the Tiger palette. So we're going to do that. And then when we come back, we're going to pick a lip. I just picked one at random, and it's this one. That is not going to go at all. Let me pick another one at random. I feel like I just used this Black Cherry. We'll just do it because I picked it. So when we come back, we'll have the powder on. We'll have Tiger and Elephant on. And I am going to go ahead and do the mascara and the lip. And then we'll come back. And that'll be everything. So yeah, 1 second. We did 2 things that I didn't say I was going to do because I wasn't sure. I wasn't really liking how my under eyes were looking when I did all the powders, and so after we put the setting powder and Elephant and Tiger on, then we went in with Radiant Light and we put that under the eye and all over. And I lined my lips with, I know, right? Like, who am I lining my lips? NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner, and this shade is SMLL23 Club Hopper. My thick thighs caught it. This is the shade of that. And for lips, I don't think I showed you. Yeah, I did. Black Cherry number 27, Sephora collection, and the Hella Thick Fenty mascara. So this is the face, and I'm digging it. I do kind of wish I would have went with a deeper blush. I had lots of choices between Elephant and Tiger, but I do really like this look. I'm digging this. I need to look back over my pictures and see if this looks like something I've already did. I've not done a lot of greens, and so sometimes it's like, this look looks familiar. So I'm going to have to see Like, is this look duping another look that I've done? And if so, figure that out. I am glad that we were able to make ephemeral work. So the key for me would be just blending something else after I put this on, so that it's not just so much just gray, because the gray to me is ashy dusty, but because it's just a thin strip right here, it's not so bad, and the way it's blending with the darker shades. And so I'm really digging that, and I'm really still loving the Autumn palette. So unfortunately, it's no longer a brand. It's no longer available unless it's on Macari Poshmark or something like that. So again, we're going to hold up both of these palettes. We use 4 shades from each palette. I always struggle trying to hold this. So this, of course, Necromancy Cosmetica Swamp of Sorrows 50/50 Makeup Autumn palette. Look at this. Right, y'all? This is nice. So we did it, and I used the 2 shades I wasn't sure about. So I am glad that I was able to make them work, and so that was really helpful for me in my struggles. That will be it for this video. If you made it this far and you're still watching and you enjoyed the video, go ahead and thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And also, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. About 30% of my viewers are not subscribed. So if that's you, yeah, I'm looking at you out of my one good eye. If that's you, go ahead and subscribe. I'm not going to say click the notification bell because I upload almost every day. And so I will be in your feed, but if you definitely do want to be notified, if YouTube doesn't slack off and not notify you, if you do click notifications and you click all, you will be notified of when a video is live for your viewing pleasure. And share, you know, my videos, the ones you really like, even the ones you don't, to be like, look how busted this troll looks. You can laugh at me, just share the video. And also, what else? Comments are welcome. I do have a membership for the channel. If you want to become an official crazy troll, you can click to see what the perks are, and if it's worth it to you, then I would appreciate the joining. It is $29.99. Girl, you know you wouldn't even pay $29.99 for a YouTube membership. It's $2.99 a month. I've been a mess in this video. I think that's everything. There are a lot of links below. Most are affiliated, some are not. And so what I have listed below, most of it will be on my face, but keep in mind, Elephant and Tiger are no longer available. But I'm going to just list it because that's what's on my face. If you are on Instagram, my Instagram is _ @DionLorah.Makeup. Girl, it is @ _DionLorah.Makeup. It is really something wrong with me. You know what it is? The medication for the hives. The antihistamine, it'll make you drowsy and stuff like that. So, and I took it like 30 minutes before this video. So I think that's what's happening. Is my brain is like, we're going to shut down soon. So wrap up what you're doing. So we're going to wrap up what we're doing. So what was I saying? Oh, most links are affiliated. Some are not. I will just, Instagram. @ _DionLorah.Makeup. I do a flat lay and I show a picture of everything I used, and I list everything I've used, including the colors. And I know I didn't go over what shades we use from here, but they will be listed in the flat lay of the Instagram. So if you are on Instagram and you want to see flat lays and just other miscellaneous stuff, most of it makeup related, 99% makeup related, then go ahead and follow me over there. And that will be it for this video. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.